the number of hydrogen atoms carbon. It will be better if you send the answer on WhatsApp.
I don't have access to it.
You don't have WhatsApp?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay. You can send number of carbon atoms and the total number of hydrogen atoms. Okay.
I'm sorry, sir. So,
Yeah. The answer on WhatsApp. Total number of carbon atoms and total number of hydrogen. Okay.
so is it okay if I send them on the chat because I don't have
Send the answer on chat. Just for Hiba, but
Okay.
Devangi, your answers are correct. Very good. What about others? Waiting for others. Jania, Tariq, Waziha, Yusuf, are you guys trying to please write this question down. Send the answer on WhatsApp. Okay. I'm
Sir,
doing the
is
first.
this a different? Is this question from different chapter or the same chapter?
What chapter are we going to be learning? Tariq, Tuni?
Sir, I was absent for the previous classes.
Yeah, you have to watch the lecture, right?
Yes, sir, I'll watch it. I had exam, sir. Tomorrow I'll try to watch.
The first thing is the number of carbon atoms. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 carbon atoms. To calculate the number of hydrogen atoms, what we need to do, we just need to calculate the number of bonds it has, number of lines hydrogen. So there is one line here, that means the number of hydrogen will be the number of hydrogen is equal to 4 minus. There are a bit of noise. Is there a bit of noise? Or is it fine? Devangi, tell me.
What, sir? Could you repeat?
Is there a bit of noise or is it fine?
I think it's fine, sir.
Fine. So listen, number of hydrogen atoms will be equal to 4 minus the number of bonds. So number of bonds in the first carbon atom is 1. So total number of hydrogen in the first carbon will be 3. If you look at the second carbon atom, it has how many bonds? It has this bond here this bond here and this bond here. It has total 3 bonds, and that is why the number of hydrogen atoms is equal to how much? Equal to 1. So the third atom, as you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, and 4 bonds. Number of hydrogen atoms will be equal to 0. For the fourth case, it is still the same 1 bond, and that's why there will be 3 hydrogen atoms in the fourth carbon atom. Okay. So those who were not present yesterday, at least try to calculate the number of carbon atoms. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. So one that watch the recording before the next class. Otherwise, you can see what problems you are facing. I don't know how much you will understand today. Like no matter what, even if you have exams, try to find half hour at least, listen to that lecture and then attend the next class. How many of you were present in the last class, Kalmina? Waziha, Abdullah. Abdullah was present, right? Abdullah, send the answer. Abdullah, did you revise the lecture after we were done with the class? Abdullah? Audible. Abdullah, did you revise the lecture? No. Why? This kind of backlog now will create a huge problem. I think others also have not. What about Heba? Can we answer for only one question? Actually, right next. We can classify all the organic structures into two major compounds, two major categories. Okay. Whatever organic compound is there, we can categorize into two major compounds, two major categories.
Sir, is this chapter organic chemistry?
Yeah, this is organic chemistry. Right here, is cyclic compounds and this are cyclic. Now, acyclic compounds are also known as what? Open chain. Or loose chain. Open chain structures are, for example, CH4, CH3, CH3. Okay. These type of structures are open chain structures. Then in cyclic structure, there are two categories. This we are going to have homocyclic and heterocyclic. Homocyclic and heterocyclic. First, let us understand what is heterocyclic. Heterocyclic will be compounds with atoms other than carbon atoms. Okay. For example, you have to check the compound. You have pyridine, one of the molecules that you will find it very much. Okay. So these types of structures they have some other atoms other than carbon atoms. Then we have homocyclic. And this ring is made of carbon atoms only. This we have two categories. One is known as alicyclic. One is known as aromatic. Okay. In alicyclic, you will have molecules such as, for example, we have carbon atom, like this. And these two will have two hydrogen. Okay. All of these carbon atoms will have two hydrogen atoms. You can also write the structure as just a simple triangle. Other structures will have 4 carbon atoms. You can also have 5 carbon atoms or 6 carbon atoms. All of these are alicyclic. In aromatic, there are two types. Benzenoid and non-benzenoid. Aromatics, you will understand later on. There is a complete topic on aromatics. But just write this down. 2 examples for each. Write this down. Raise your hand once you're done.
Sir, can you explain that acyclic?
Acyclic one.
Yes, sir.
Acyclic one will not have any ring. It will be open chain structure. Open chain structure means you have chain of carbon atom. This chain of carbon atom is open. If you have chain of carbon atom like this closed chain, right? This is the difference. Open chain and closed.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Raise your hand once you're done, okay? Abdullah, let me know if you're done. Abdullah is still writing. Abdullah, let me know if you're not writing. All of you write the topic. IUPAC nomenclature. So what is IUPAC nomenclature helps? IUPAC nomenclature helps naming of different molecules. The naming of different molecules. Please write. It is a set of rules that determines the name of a particular organic molecule. And how does it help? It helps in recognizing, rather I should say determining the name of structure and also recognizing the structure of a given name. So just a gentle introduction to IUPAC nomenclature. Now write the important point. Each name of an organic molecule consists of each name of an organic molecule consists of right, 5 rather 4 parts. The fifth part of the name will be introduced when you are in this exam. But right now you can just understand that there are 4 parts, but 4 essential parts that you should know. At least 4 parts you should. Each name of an organic molecule consists of 4 parts. What are these 4 parts? The name starts with substituent. Then we determine Then we write the parent, not determine rather. Then we write the name of parent. After that we write about unsaturation. And after that we write about the functional group. Subsequent parent unsaturation and functional. Write something. Name is written. In this order. What is the order? This is the order. Okay. Name is written in this order, and identification is done. In this order. Okay. So the order for identification of the fragment will be opposite. So we will first of all identify the functional group and then unsaturation and then the base. This is the most important thing about naming of any organic molecule. Okay. In your school, you must have learned about something different. That start with identification of parent, but that is not correct. Start with the identification of functional group, then unsaturation, then the parent, and then the subsequent. That is the logical order. And those who have learned about the parent identification, don't forget that. That is going to lead you to some kind of difficulty later on, some kind of confusion. And at the end, you will understand that you have to identify the functional group first, then the unsaturation, then only we can identify the parent. Okay. So write this thing down. These arrows are important. Okay. Mess up the arrow, it will be very difficult. Okay. So first of all, we'll identify in this order, and then we are going to write this in this order. Today I will give you a small introduction of each of these things, subsequent parent unsaturation functional group, and then we are going to slowly build upon that particular thing. Okay, all of you wrote this, yes or no, please tell me. If Devangi, Fahad, Iba, Janya, Tari, all of you wrote this?
Yes, sir.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, you have learned about some functional groups in your 10th standard, right? I think at least two you have seen. One is COOH and one is OH. Have you guys seen these two things? Yes or no, please tell me. Your 10th standard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you remember what is this? COOH.
Carboxylic acid.
It is carboxylic acid. What about this OH? What is the name of this functional group?
Alcohol.
Yeah, this is alcohol. Now, one more thing. What is the suffix of carboxylic acid, if you can remember? Anyone? I will tell you, and you will obviously remember this from the 10th standard. But I will give you a vibe. Think about it. Try to remember there is something known as suffix and prefix used in IUPAC nomenclature. What was the suffix of carboxylic acid and alcohol? I will give you 2 minutes, like 1 minute or 2 minutes. Think and tell me. Try to remember. I mean, alcohol's suffix is already present in that name alcohol. For carboxylic acid, it is a bit different, but for alcohol, it is already present. Try to remember what part of alcohol was used as the suffix, the name. Okay. I'm writing for carboxylic acid, but try to remember it's Devangi, very good. That is correct, Devangi. For carboxylic acid, it was OH acid, right? All of you remember this? Yes or no, please tell me. Riha,
Yes,
Janya,
Yes, sir.
remember this. Alcohol के लिए याद आया किसी को? Devangi कर दिया that. Anyone else? Iba, Jania, Wasiha, Tariq, Abdullah. Alcohol.
All.
Yeah, very good. See, all. Okay, very good. Now, one more thing. What is unsaturation? Does anyone know what is unsaturation? Does anyone know what is unsaturation?
Double and
Very good. Double or triple bond. If we have double bond, I will write this double bond as BB. For double bond, we use the letter EN. You can say EN. If you have, remember something from the 10th standard, you will remember that. You will have EN. Okay, but don't write EN, write EN. Okay. There's a slight change with the way I use the IUPAC nomenclature, but please bear with me. Will all work around. Okay, double bond is going to be EN. Triple bond is going to be I will write this as triple bond like this. This is YN. Okay. Now, if you have a double bond as well as a triple bond, then the order of writing this will be N, then YN. Okay, EN, then YN. Okay, now if you have two double bonds and only one triple bond, then it is going to be what? Di, EN, and YN. Okay, if you have, let's suppose, two double bonds and two triple bonds, then it will be di-EN and also di-IN. Di-EN and di-IN. Okay, so I hope you guys remember di, tri, tetra, and will not be asked more than that. All of you write these things. These are slight, I mean, very small things about each of these functions of constitutive parent and participant. Now, for parent, I hope you guys remember one carbon F, two carbons means F, three carbon means prop. याद है आप लोगों को? 4 carbon means use. 5 carbon means, tell me anyone, what's the name for 5 carbon atom?
Pent.
Pen. 6 carbon is X, right? Now, this is something about carbon atom. Now, one more thing you need to remember about parent is what? If you have ring, then prefix cyclo. Okay, prefix cyclo. That means if you have a ring of, you have something like this. Okay, we have 6 carbon atoms, so this will be what? Cyclo X. Okay, this will not be X, it will be cyclo X. All of you understand this, yes or no, teacher me? The difference between why we add cyclo and when we add cyclo. Guys?
yes, sir.
One more thing is very important for parent. You write this right now. Parent is chosen. What is that? It includes parent is chosen such that it includes functional group. If none, then double bond. If none, then triple bond. ठीक है, पेरेंट हम इस तरह से चूज करेंगे that it should include the functional group. And if the functional group is present, then double bond. If there is nothing, then triple bond, and if none, sorry, if none, then double bond. If none, then triple bond. If none, that means if you don't have any triple bond, then the longest carbon chain. एक एग्जांपल देते हैं आपको बहुत ही. I hope you have written till here all the red thing and you are writing the white thing. Example is so see you have here two choices. Okay, this is one of the examples, and the only thing that I am doing here, everything is same. I'm just adding an OH group in the last column. So there are two ways that you can go. You can either go here in this way 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, or you can go the other way. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here also you can go the red way 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you're counting just the number of carbon atoms, then we can do something like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. See, both of these structures are very similar. Only difference that you are having here is what it is the OH group in the second structure and OH group is active in the first structure. But the parent in both of these structures are going to be different. Even though how many of you have learned this, that longest carbon chain is the parent chain? Have you heard this? Longest carbon chain is the parent chain.
Yes, sir.
Whose chain या parent chain का the longest carbon atom. The chain which is having the most number of carbon atoms. The longest chain is the parent. But in the first structure, it is right that this red one is going to be the parent. Parent is going to be 5 carbon atoms, and it will be pent. Okay, but in this structure, since we are having OH group, which is a functional group, it's a suffix of OH. So what is the functional group? It is OH. What is unsaturation? Unsaturation is there is no double bond or no triple bond, then we write AN. And then what is the parent now? The parent here is not pent, rather it is butane. All of you got this? Yes or no, please tell me. How the parent is if you have a functional group, yes or no? Is it right this much thing? You know what you've done? Now write about something. Anything or rather everything. Right? Everything. That remains after identification of parent unsaturation and function. Okay, first क्या है आपका parent unsaturation function is substituent. Let me know once you're done, guys.
Done, sir.
अभी एग्जांपल लेते हैं. Okay, remember this S power. Okay, remember this S power. We write the name like this, but we identify things like okay, we identify how from functional group unsaturation parent. Write the detail of the first of all, tell me what is the functional group? What is the functional group?
OH.
OH. OH को क्या बोलते हैं? What is the name for OH? Suffix for OH? It is all, right? Can all of you see that? Yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? वजीहा, आपको समझ में आ रहा है वजीहा?
Yes.
अब्दुल्ला, what about you? Please answer कीजिए अब्दुल्ला, आपसे जब पूछा जाता तो आप चुप करते हैं। अब्दुल्ला, yes or no? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, उत्तर मुझसे बोलते रहा दीजिए, ठीक है? Okay. Unsaturated, बता बताइए. Do you see any double bond or triple bond? Yes or no? See any double bond or triple bond?
Yes, sir.
What do you see? Double or triple or single? See any double bond? See a double bond, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What is the word for double bond? How do we write the double bond?
En.
Very good. We write it as En. Now after that we have the parent. So how many? Where do we start the parent? We have only one chain, right? Have this chain. How many carbon atoms are there in this chain? We have one carbon atom, two carbon atoms, three carbon atoms, four carbon atoms, right? How many carbon atoms are there? Four. So what will be the parent? What is the name for four carbon atoms? Tell me.
Bute.
Bute.
Now, have identified the parent, unsaturation, and also the functional group. Now there is nothing left. That means we don't have any substance. But there is one thing which is missing, that is numbering. Friends, remember there was something we did now in terms of also numbering of carbon atoms. These are the people key. Numbering के बारे में याद है कुछ? We did numbering, yes or no? उतना तो सब याद होता. Numbering कुछ होता था, yes or no? नहीं. Divangi, Vadiha, Heba, what happened?
Yes, sir.
We numbered the carbon atoms, right? Please write here. How do we numbering? How do we number? Number the carbon atom such that the functional group gets the least number possible. If none, that means if you don't have any functional group, then the double bond. If none, then the triple bond. If none, then substituent. Okay. Now in this, have a functional group. So the numbering, there are two cases of numbering. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or you can do the numbering 1, 2, 3, and 4. Read this line and tell me which numbering is correct, the green one or the red one. Yeah, very good. The red one is correct because the functional group containing carbon atom is wanted to deal the least number possible. So you can either number something from left to right or from right to left. There are only two possibilities. If you have identified the parent field, then there is only one, two possibilities, right to left or left to right. Now, doesn't matter whether it is left to right or right to left. The main thing is that functional group should get the least number possible. So we have two possibilities for the functional group containing carbon atom, 4 or 1. So obviously 1 wins because it's atom. Now the name will be what? Parent के लिए numbering नहीं करते. We don't number the parent. We rather number the parent in order to give the number to this. So we don't give any number to the parent. We will give number to the unsaturated. We will erase the green one because it is not required. Now in unsaturated, we will say that 3 number there, 3 number this, again the left one. 2. So 2 is, and where is the hole? It is in the first. Now you have used 2 in 1 hole. Now, when you have 1 hole or 1 of anything, it is not required. You can also write this as 2 not. Okay. Also, one more thing you can see that I think or learned that letters and numbers are separated by dash. Numbers and numbers are separated by comma. There is no space between any of the letters. 2 in all is all one word. Write it down. Let's know once you're done. Please tell me if you have doubt in this type of approach. This is something new that we have learned. Okay. The stock method, parent unsaturation functional group, and this is the subsequent. Okay. Remember stock and remember stock, and also one more thing, the hierarchy. So the highest hierarchy remains with functional group, then with double bond, then with triple bond, and then with the sub. Okay. So remember this order. The order is also important. When you are choosing the parent, then functional group is prioritized. When you are numbering the carbon atom, then again the functional group is prioritized. Okay, so we'll go into the detail of each and every aspect, starting with functional group. We'll see all the functional groups, then the unsaturated, then the parent, and then the sub. This will take at least 2 more classes. This completes the IUPAC nomenclature part. At least 2 more. Also, I'm here having I think only 1 hour class or 50%.